Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage on the edge of a sprawling green forest, lived a sweet little girl. Everyone in the village called her Little Red Riding Hood because she always wore a beautiful red cloak with a hood that her grandmother had made for her. One sunny morning, her mother called her into the kitchen. The air was filled with the warm scent of freshly baked bread. "My dear," her mother said, "your grandmother is not feeling well. I've packed a basket for you with some fresh milk, a loaf of our best bread, and some creamy butter. Please take this to her, but be very careful. Go straight to her house. Don't dawdle in the forest. And most importantly, don't talk to any strangers." Little Red Riding Hood, who loved her grandmother very much, nodded eagerly. "Don't worry, Mother. I'll be very careful," she promised. She took the heavy basket, kissed her mother goodbye, and set off on the path that led through the deep woods. The birds were singing, the sun was peeking through the tall trees, and everything seemed perfectly lovely. Little Red Riding Hood skipped along the winding path, humming a happy tune. Before long, a shadowy figure stepped out from behind a large oak tree. It was a big grey wolf with clever, hungry eyes. "Good morning, little girl," he said in a voice that was surprisingly smooth. "And where are you off to so early in the day?" Forgetting her mother's warning, Little Red Riding Hood replied cheerfully, "I'm going to my grandmother's house. She's feeling sick, and I'm bringing her a basket of goodies to help her feel better." The wolf's ears perked up. "And where does your dear grandmother live?" he asked, trying to sound friendly. "Oh, her cottage is just past the big mill at the end of this path, under the 3 large oak trees," she explained innocently. The wolf's mind began to race. An idea, a very wicked idea, sparked in his eyes. "Well, isn't that sweet of you?" he said with a wide smile. "Look at all these beautiful flowers around you. Why don't you pick a lovely bouquet for your grandmother? I'm sure it would brighten her day." Little Red Riding Hood thought that was a wonderful idea. As she wandered off the path to gather the prettiest wildflowers, the clever wolf took a shortcut and dashed through the forest. Running as fast as his legs could carry him straight to grandmother's house, he arrived at the cottage, panting, and knocked gently on the door. "Who's there?" called a weak voice from inside. The wolf disguised his voice to sound high and sweet, just like Little Red Riding Hood's. "It's me, Little Red Riding Hood. I've brought you bread and milk," he chirped. "Oh, my dear, I'm too weak to get up." "Just lift the latch and come in," the grandmother replied. The wolf lifted the latch, burst into the room, and in one big gulp swallowed the poor old grandmother whole. Then he quickly put on her nightgown and cap and slipped into the bed, pulling the covers right up to his chin, waiting. A little while later, Little Red Riding Hood arrived. The door was ajar, and she felt a strange sense of unease. She called out, "Grandmother, I'm here," and stepped inside. She walked to the bedside and looked at the figure in the bed. "To Granny," she said, "what big ears you have, all the better to hear you with, my dear," the wolf croaked. "But Granny, what big eyes you have," she continued. "All the better to see you with, my dear." "Oh, Granny," she whispered, leaning closer, "what a big mouth you have." The wolf threw back the covers and roared, "All the better to eat you with." And with that, he revealed his sharp teeth and swallowed her up too. The moral of this story is a very important one. You should never ever talk to strangers. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more classic stories.